Here's Johnny.
Take your stinking paws off me.
Be cool. Be cool.
You fools! You're in danger! He's alive! He's alive! Wait, 21 gigawatts! Hallelujah! Holy shit! You believe this?
Jack Burt, me.
Oh, pretty good to run, girly boy. Stop it!
What's up, zombie fans, and welcome back to the Lucid Nightmare. I'm your host as always, Jay Schatzer. And today, at the collection update, we are going to go through at least a part of my zombie collection. Zombie films, strictly zombie films, some traditional ones, some batshit crazy ones that you wouldn't think would fit into the zombie collection, but we're going to mix it up a bit and try to get through a good portion of them because there is a lot here. And I think there's even some that I didn't include in this grouping, so let's just jump right in and see what I come up with. Alright, first up, we are going to go with a fabulous remake. I know you haven't heard that in a while, right? A fabulous remake that's actually good. Well, I'm going to start with Night of the Living Dead 1990s remake. Directed by Tom Savini, the special effects wizard, and just almost liberally following the structure of the original, but mixing it up a bit, kind of giving characters a different twist from what happened in the original. And it's just a really great flick. It's one that when I first watched it when it came out was when the Resident Evil video games were like big hits, and kind of borrowed elements from that. I don't know who borrowed it first, if it was from this film or if they were just kind of Night of the Living Dead, George Romero's original, inspired, but just a lot of similarities that crept over between each medium. And just a great feel to it, great atmosphere, and just like George Romero's original and his other Dead films, the characters are really rich in this flick. Just likable. Even the assholes are likable in this flick. Like Tom Towles, his Harry is just a jerk. He's got the greatest lines. You can't get reception in a basement, dickhead. I mean, come on, classic stuff. And Tony Todd comes in as Ben and just knocks it out of the park. Does a great job as the lead character. I would say he's one of the lead characters. But Patricia Tallman kind of comes in and makes Barbara a lot more interesting in this flick than in the original. She has a more larger story arc that kind of goes from timid to just total badass, and I love it. But again, directed by Tom Savini, and he does an amazing job in this. I don't know why he never went on to make any other films, because he actually was a competent director that did a good job with the overall look and feel of the film, and he did a great job in directing his cast. So, good flick, great addition, just picked it up recently. It's the Umbrella Entertainment version, so if you guys see that on Amazon, don't be afraid when it says Region B on there. I don't know if you can even see that. See there? It's an all-region disc. It can play on anything, no matter what country, so pick it up as soon as possible. It was super cheap, and it's got a great quality to it, so go for it as soon as possible. Love this flick, love that flick, recommend it. Go, 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 go. The next one, let's keep this going. I spent too much time on that one. Next is, I picked this up last month, or just a few weeks ago, and it is from Severin. It is Burial Ground. And this flick is just awesome. If you like your zombies to be just decomposed, rotting sacks of flesh and just meat, then check this one out, because they're slow-moving zombies. It's an Italian flick, by the way. Who's the director on this? Andrea Bianchi. Hasn't done too many films that I am aware of, but this one, Burial Ground, is just awesome. It's got a famous moment where this little creepy bastard right here bites his mom's tit when he turns into a zombie, and that's its claim for fame. This is not the reason I love the movie. I love the movie because it just has a haunting atmosphere, and the zombies are vicious as hell. They will rip you apart and they kick ass, take names, and don't give a you know what. But one hell of a fun film. Great atmosphere, like I said. So if you're into Italian zombie films, this one is one to pick up. And I haven't checked out the Severin, well, it's a 2K scan restoration, so I haven't checked it out yet, but I'm sure I'm going to be happy with it from upgrading from my previous DVD. I don't know who did it previously, if Anchor Bay, or it was a part of a zombie collection box set or something, but glad to have the Blu-ray in the mix. And I should check it out soon because I love the flick. But let's move on to just a ludicrous zombie film that I absolutely love for some reason. It is Bruno Mattei's Zombie 3, which first started out with Lucio Fulci directing it, but he was not able to finish it, so Bruno Mattei came in and made it his own, because you can definitely feel his direction throughout this ridiculous flick. Totally batshit crazy. Just zombies running amok in a... Where is this even set in? Thailand or some kind of... It's just crazy. But this is a 2K scan, uncut for the very first time in America. Oh my god. I don't know if I've watched this new version. But by Severin. Picked this one up in 2018 because I love the flick and it was at a decent price on Amazon. Jumped on it, and it is just all kinds of ridiculous fun. Just thinking about all the ridiculousness. But check it out if you like just batshit crazy kind of grindhouse style, what the hell's going on kind of flicks. But it's great. It doesn't have the Lucio Fulci class of his zombie kind of film and his kind of zombie series, but definitely just a weird, interesting flick. It's like something, it's almost like a video game come to life. If you're into that kind of crazy, wacky stuff, definitely check out Zombie 3. But let's move on and see what we have in store. It is, ooh. Now this is in the running for one of my absolute favorite films. Now, you might be thinking some grand, crazy film, but no, this is a low-key zombie movie that is just got so much atmosphere and strange, it's just a strange feel to it that I absolutely love it. And it is Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. Crazy title, sounds ludicrous. And I mean, the film is ludicrous, but there's something about it, the quality to it, that it just caught me off guard when I first viewed it, and I just fell in love with it from that day forward. It's got a great cast of just low-key actors, and I can't tell if they're bad actors or if they're good actors, but I just love the natural way that they just kind of riff off of each other. The dialogue is fun in the flick, and in fact, it's the combination of the dialogue and the sound design and just atmospheric score that really makes it enjoyable. And I have to admit that almost, I would say, a ridiculous amount of nights I would just put this movie on and have it play in the background while I go to sleep. It's just a really strange and surreal flick to get lost in. But check it out if you like the idea of a theater troupe going to a secluded island and trying to resurrect the dead, failing but then actually not really failing, and they just get overrun by a zombie horde of just crazy undead freaks, and they fight for survival. Just a great film. Check it out if you have not seen it. And this is the, what release? VCI Entertainment. VCI Entertainment had the rights to the original DVD version, which was a crap quality. This one, they upgraded it to a nice Blu-ray, and it looks really good. It's almost like a brand new movie. So pick that up as soon as possible. Really great edition. One of my favorite films and one of my favorite Blu-rays that I got. But up next is a blaxploitation zombie flick, kind of grindhouse era, and it is Sugar Hill. Just a really great voodoo themed zombie film. So these aren't the undead zombie movies of George Romero, but more of a kind of Haiti voodoo style, just bodies under the control by somebody else. But it's a great flick, just along the lines of the 70s blaxploitation flick kind of movement. It really is just fun, 70s funky kind of flick. But you should check it out if that sounds fun to you. Definitely is fun to me. Love these kind of flicks, and I love the fact that it's a kind of a horror zombie amalgam. But check that one out. I recommend it. It's fun, funky, and just enjoyable. But let's move on to the next one. What will it be? See, I'm even surprised because I just kind of threw these on the shelf down here, so I'm just picking them at random, so I don't really know what's going to be next. And, oh, next is Gene Roland's The Grapes of Death. It's a redemption release, and also Kino Lorber, another great company that I absolutely love and grab up all their stuff. They put this one out, Blu-ray, mastered in HD from the 35mm negative. Great film. I actually reviewed this one probably 2 years ago, maybe even longer. But just a great film. If you've ever seen any of Gene Roland's movies, they're very atmospheric and dreamlike. But not dreamlike as in Lucio Fulci's, where it's gore and just really brutal. I mean, there's a lot of brutal parts in this one too, but it's more classy and just kind of poetic. It's weird. It's a weird combination of, it's like these moments that are just really beautifully surreal, and then all of a sudden somebody's getting their head axed off. Like, it's like, what the hell? It's really abrupt and out of control, but great film and a great Gene Roland flick. I've got a few of his, and they all have that style to it. But great French film. I believe he's a French director, right? Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought he was French. But great film, great addition. Check it out if it sounds great to you. If that sounds like something up your alley, definitely check out The Grapes of Death. Strange title of a film, but it makes sense throughout the context of the story. Great flick. And up next is, oh boy, Umberto Lenzi's Nightmare City. And guys, if this has somehow escaped your eyeballs, get on it as soon as possible, because this flick is batshit crazy. It's just all kinds of fun. It starts off with just like a army jet or something landing down into an airport, and then all the news crew are coming to see what's going on, and then just crazy psychotic people with weapons just come out and just start chopping the shit out of everyone. And from that point forward, all the way to the end of the film, it's just non-stop chaos. These are zombies in a sense, but they're just kind of infected psychotic people running around wielding weapons. For some reason, they like to, any women that they come across, they like to disrobe them first and then kill them. It's very odd, very Italian, very sleazy, very fun. I believe like Quentin Tarantino is cited as loving this flick, but check it out. It is amazing, amazingly chaotic, and just altogether savage entertainment. Simple as that, fun stuff. Check it out, great edition. It's from Rare Video, Cinema Art Visions, and I've got a few of they mostly delve into the obscure kind of Euro horror. So if you see anything by these guys, Rare Video, definitely pick it up, because I have yet to be burned by any of their flicks. They're all great, entertaining, off-the-wall shit. So check them out if you come across them. But next is a great Nazi zombie flick. I know there's a lot of Nazi zombie films out there. Frankly, not a lot of them are good. But this is one of the good ones. It is Shockwaves. Just a great, fun film. It's got Peter Cushing in it, and Brooke Adams, if you remember her from Invasion of the Body Snatchers. But, and John Carradine shows up. It's just got a great, fun cast. And these guys, well, the only one that's really central stage is Brooke Adams. Peter Cushing kind of shows up midway, but it's just like I said, atmospheric. A lot of these films are atmospheric, just really engaging to watch, creepy, really gets under your skin just at certain moments, but the zombies are the best. The just creeping Nazi zombies. Great visuals. Just a great film in general, so check that out. I reviewed it, so check out the channel to see my thoughts on Shockwaves, or more in-depth thoughts, I would say. But a great zombie film. One of the best Nazi zombie films. I said it. Well, let's keep moving on. See how much longer I can keep this pace up. Let's dive right in to, I love this guy's name. I don't even know if I'm saying it right, but this is how I'm going to pronounce it. Pupi Avati, his Revenge of the Dead. And it also goes by Zetter. And that's usually the title I like because Revenge of the Dead kind of is misleading. Like this poster, the front cover, is very misleading because the film isn't what you would think it would be. It's not like a zombie apocalypse kind of flick. It's more along the lines of like a Pet Cemetery where there's certain, what are they called, Z zones or something. There's some zones where if you bury a dead person, they come back to life. And it kind of centers around that concept of, I believe it's like a writer who finds the secret message in his typewriter ribbon of this kind of story about these zones. And he goes to investigate them and just kind of, it's more of a detective kind of story. It's really cool, really low key, and it's centralized on just his experience of what he's following the trails of this kind of mystery. But absolutely love it. Really creepy in parts and just a really nice, beautiful looking film. That Pupi really knows how to direct, I tell you. Yeah, he does a lot of, he has a lot of good films in his repertoire. The House with the Laughing Windows is one of them, a great giallo flick. I reviewed that one also. And I reviewed this one, Zetter. I reviewed it under Zetter, but you can probably look it up either of Revenge of the Dead or Zetter. But check that one out because this really is a great flick. A really nice surprise when I first found it years ago. But let's keep moving. Let's keep this going. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling limber. All right. Next one is a fun 80s just kind of zombie silly flick. And it is Night of the Creeps. Great comedy horror. And Tom Atkins in the lead role. You see him up there as a detective guy. Is great. He's got his line, "Thrill Me," that he says multiple times throughout the movie. But it's just a great fun 80s film. It's like an 80s comedy that fell into a zombie kind of apocalypse film. And it's just really fun, tongue-in-cheek humor, and just entertaining. If you're looking for a good laugh or just a good entertaining night, throw this guy in and you won't be sorry. Really fun 80s film, and I actually just recently picked this one up. It was really cheap on Amazon. I grabbed it with a bunch of other stuff, and I love it. Love it to death. Well, let's keep going. Let's keep moving. Probably start in the first of the series. So let's just hit all these bad boys in one go. Because this is a trilogy, even though a lot of the films have a different feel to them, but we have Return of the Living Dead 1, 2, and 3. And the only one I have on DVD is the third one. I haven't upgraded. I think Vestron or somebody has the Blu-ray version out, but I haven't upgraded that yet. But a great flick. I reviewed the third one not too long ago. I believe Brian Usna directed this one. And yep, Brian Usna, and it's just a really different take on the first two, or more of a comedy horror mixture. This one is just it gets into really strange, deep, disturbing realms. It's more of an intimate story of a young girl who just tragically dies early and then gets brought back to life by her boyfriend, and the way she deals with the pain of being dead is she becomes like a cutter, kind of like piercings all over her. It's really disturbing in parts, but just really great, strange, right up the alley of Brian Usna. He's kind of like known for these kind of off-the-wall flicks, but a great one. And these two, Return of the Living Dead 1, of course, is an absolute classic. That's everyone's favorite. Some people are mixed on Return of the Living Dead Part 2. They feel it's too goofy and kind of doesn't have the great balance that the first one does. I mean, I agree with them on that, but I still love this flick, so I happily put both of these guys on Blu-ray and got them into the collection. There are both Scream Factory and just great additions. Love it. And I reviewed, yeah, both of these movies. So if you're interested in checking out my thoughts of them more in depth, check out the channel for Return of the Living Dead, the first one, and Return of the Living Dead Part 2. They're both on there. Great films. Total entertainment on there, on both of their parts, and the third one. Love them all. But let's go even further into the zombie realm. Here is another trio of films. Let's just do this. We'll get them out faster if we just do the trio part. We have Re-Animator 1, 2, and the third entry. So the first one, Re-Animator, simply titled Re-Animator, is a great comedy zombie hybrid. It's got great horror moments in it, just off the wall, ridiculous shit. Stuart Gordon directed this guy, and it is just all kinds of fun. I reviewed this one a long time ago, so check the channel for that if you want to go further into it. But a great addition, great Re-Animator edition. I don't have the, who put out the Arrow made it. I can't remember who put out a really great version of it. Might have been Arrow, but I'm happy with this one. I don't need to upgrade it. It's just a great, silly, fun, gore-tastic flick that is a laugh a minute. And with the second one, The Bride of Re-Animator, I just have this one on DVD. I actually reviewed this one last month, I believe, or 2 months ago. But a great continuation of the story. Same characters, main characters come back, and it just has the same tone and feel of the first flick. And Brian Usna actually directed this one, so he brought his own little style to it and amped up the craziness, and it's just fully enjoyable. And then the next one, the third of this series, is Beyond Re-Animator. I watched this one once when it first came out. I remember I enjoyed it. I wasn't knocked out by it like the first two series, but still enjoyable. And Brian Usna directed this one too, so he directed the second and third of the series. And yep, I'll have to give it another look because I haven't watched it since the first day I picked it up. Kind of curious. Alright, let's keep moving on. Keep on keeping on to Peter Jackson's great gore-tastic comedy horror hybrid. It is Dead Alive. And this one is great. I don't know if anyone's really seen this one or if you knew that Peter Jackson directed a horror crazy splatterfest, but it definitely has the tropes that made him famous, and that is his penchant to go way over the top and out of control. Like, just simple situations in this flick go from just little problems for the main character to just like out of control, just blood everywhere. The guy takes a lawnmower, he's just mowing through zombies. It's just really great. Definitely has a New Zealand feel to it, and just really strange, off-the-wall stuff. So check it out if you haven't. I reviewed this one. I've got the review up on the channel, I believe, and if I don't, please tell me, because I feel like I am failing at my mission if I haven't put this one out already. But Dead Alive, great flick. I just heard that Peter Jackson's going to be upgrading all of his films to Blu-ray, so I'm going to be picking up Dead Alive for sure, because I need that to be looking great. But let's go with one more. We'll go with one more zombie entry before we split this one, and we'll just keep hacking away at these ones because there's so many of them. But the next one is Hell of the Living Dead. This one also goes by the title, I believe it's Virus, but yeah, also known as Virus, Night of the Zombies, and even Zombie Creeping Flesh. So I know it as Hell of the Living Dead because that's my copy from Anchor Bay on DVD. And I actually reviewed this one, so it is up on the channel, like most of these guys that I'm showing you. but it is a film by Bruno Mattei. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but Bruno Mattei, like Zombie 3, is just totally low budget Italian zombie flick. Really gory, all practical effects, and a lot of like elements from other films. He likes to steal other films and put it in his films. So there's a lot of Dawn of the Dead feel. There's even music just ripped straight from Dawn of the Dead. But it's a great flick, enjoyable, sleazy, gory, and just all around fun. So check this out if you're a fan of any of those things. And just give it a look, because it really is fun stuff. But guys, I feel like I ran a marathon there, but we're not even close to being finished. But that's the update for today. That's just part of my zombie collection, and we will get to more in the next one. But for now, hope you enjoyed it. Hope you found some gems that you want to check out for yourself, and maybe some of my reviews on the channel that you want to see my in-depth reviews of them. But guys, that's it for me today, so I'll see you the next time at the next collection video or the next movie review. Take care.